So, the Project, Premium Tier 8 American Medium Tank. Folks, doesn't this vehicle look way too modern for you guys? At least for World of Tanks standards. It looks like a heavily modified Patton chassis with a space armor package at the front, side skirts, but a M.A. Buford's turret with a 105. Yeah, that is way too modern for World of Tanks standards. It could easily be Tier 10. It's from like the 90s, right? It could also be like a modified Patton from the Middle East or something, but the back of the turret looks like a Bulldog or M47 Patton. The angled engine deck, that is the M46 or M47 Patton. The 48 Patton has a elevated slightly engine deck, so it's a little bit different in the back, but that could easily be Tier 10. It's a premium Tier 8. Hold up. I have to be sure about the turret, otherwise I look stupid. M.A. Buford. It's the predecessor to the Thunderbolt. It has a 105 compared to the 120, but yeah, it has a different mantlet. Alright, it looks a little bit more elongated and rhombusy shape, but it's close. It's pretty goddamn close. Obviously, the hull is from the Patton, not like a redesigned Sheridan hull-ish of a feature, but okay, I'll take it. I mean, we already have like 8 different premium Tier 8s for the American mediums. Why not one more? But this one is power creeping the Super Pershing because this is like a Super Patton. Alright, let's take a look at the stats. So 105, 230 millimeters of pen, which is not bad for a medium tank, but it could be considered as a heavy tank gun at Tier 8. So Alpha is somewhat below average for 105 of that design and bore evacuators. So kind of reminds me of a Tier 10 gun, but has lower alpha by like 70 for some reason. Alright. AP round for default, which is good with that penetration. So pretty nice at penetrating through stuff. High explosive in the tank is 300, which is good. It can go through most stuff. So that's a very good gold shell. And high explosive is high explosive. Whatever. Reload time is 9 seconds with the rammer, so not that bad, but aim time, accuracy is kinda crap. 0.44 accuracy with a 100% crew, that is 0.42 or so. So it's like a Russian tank gun, but it's only a 105 compared to 122, whatever. Aim time is also 3 seconds. Shave that down to like 2.8 or something with a 100% crew. Below average for both, but something needs to be given up, right? For the armor, I guess. For the gun. 10 degrees of gun depression, 20 elevation. American. 54 rounds, good. AP, high explosive anti-tank, and high explosive. Horsepower per ton ratio is 17 with a top speed of 40, which is like the original American medium tanks. They're good to rev up, but they're slow in terms of top speed. So you might want to put a turbocharger for the first slot, but reverse of 15, which is decent. Hull traverse, slow medium tank. Turret traverse, slow medium tank. This is, yeah, Super Patton in place of the Super Pershing. So it doesn't get preferential matchmaking, so it will see Tier 10s, but I think the gun will work against Tier 10s. Especially the gold shell, especially. So 1300 hit points, that is kind of below average. Yeah, that is not that great. So let's see. The Patton KR has 1450. So yeah, below average health. Super Pershing has 1500. Okay, health is not that good, but it has the Patton's hull front, most likely, but it has a 330mm turret front. Thick. Side armor is average, so only buffed the front of the vehicle. View range 390, which is average, but below average for American. Radio is radio, standard. Fits all American medium tank crews without the radio operator, so that's decent. But it's like a super patent in place of a super Pershing. It will see tier 10s, but the gun will work. And the turret front does have the commander cupola in the back, so does have the weak spot, but we'll still need the actual model to see how good the armor is, because it's mostly a super medium tank or heavy medium tank, focusing on assault, right? That's the pentagram or pentagon. Yeah, assault medium tank, like the Super Pershing. So all the stuff, all the field mods are the same, likely with the Super Pershing as with this vehicle, but let's take a look at 100% crew. So the aim time goes down, the accuracy improves, but DPM is about 2100 baseline, so that's not half bad with that penetration and the gun's performance as a gold shell. So it's about 16.95 with horsepower per ton ratio. Hull traverse is about 33.4 and 31 for the turret traverse. 100% crew changes that, but camo is fat medium tank, so don't even think about it. Alright, you do have the commander cupola weak spot. That is still pretty huge. Yeah, that is somewhat big. It's not as big as something like, I don't know, the Type 59 patent, but that's not saying much. So even though you have a strong turret front, unless this is well armored, you'll get pinned and taken out. So it's like the Super Pershing. You're just trading a 90mm for a 105. That's more workable at tier 10 compared to the 90, but hey, give or take. It is assault medium tank. Shell velocity is average for AP round and high explosive into tank. Same goes with high explosive, so nothing bad there. Nothing out of the ordinary. Checking the list, making sure twice. Well, pretty good penetration. And the 320 Alpha is also decent, but doesn't have the DPM as the object 274A. So not as good. Also, the accuracy is worse. Same goes for the aim time, even though it's a 107 on the object 274A. Alright. Slower top speed, lower horsepower per ton ratio, worse camo, the same view range. Yeah. Gun depression, well, 10 degrees is better. And I think the turret front, I don't know if it's more reliable than the object. Turns slower too. Eek. Yeah, it turns a lot slower for the hull front too. It's a lot different than the other 320 Alpha guns. It has the most pin, but this is the slowest out of all of them. Alright, I mean, it's a premium tank, so it makes more credit and crew XP, but that's the same for all of these. These are all 320 Alpha premiums. They don't tell you the terrain resistance. That sucks. And that's practically it. So I think you will want to mount a turbocharger to help out with the engine, because 40 km/h top speed and that engine power is not that good enough. Well, yeah, it's like the Super Pershing in terms of top speed and the hull traverse. Well, it has a better gun than the Super Pershing, but yeah, it has a lot more DPM too, because I already put a rammer on the Super Pershing. It goes to the default in project DPM. So yeah, DPM might be better than this vehicle right here, but about the cupola size, I think it's about the same size, right? Close. It doesn't have as much health though as the Super Pershing. That might be bad. Also, the camo is about the same, so bleh. I think you will want the turbocharger for the first slot. For the second slot, optics is boosted, so I would recommend optics. You could go for the vents to help out with the DPM, which is also not bad. Rammer, obviously, for the last slot, so the equipment position is pretty much contested throughout the whole choices thing. So either vents, or if you want, you could put vertical stabilizer, but I don't think you need it unless we see how good or how bad the dispersion is. American tanks usually have good dispersion while moving, so that's out of the question. But for field modifications, I think you'll want the light alloy mounting points. This one, the damage, ammo rack, or engine penalty, that is whatever. You can fix that with a repair kit or just hide away. So I think this one is not as useful. So always use the hull traverse speed buff, which is pretty important. For the second one, I would prefer to have better dispersion than aim circle size. But then again, the aim circle size on this vehicle is already garbage. So why not just make it more garbage, but having better dispersion with that matter? So it's already pretty crap. So put the tuning, suspension arm tuning for this one. More reverse speed or concealment. Duh, it already has garbage concealment. Go with better reverse speed to get you out of the harm's way of getting shot at, especially to your commander cupola. So obviously better suspension repair and better reverse speed compared to better camo. Ugh. And that's pretty much it, folks. So how much would I rate this thing if it's coming out? It might be for loot box or the large holiday boxes for Christmas. It's a super patent practically, and still has the weak spots for the commander cupola and mostly the lower plate, but it has a powerful gun and the DPM is not bad. The only downside is the aim time and the accuracy, so it's a close range fighting vehicle. You're not meant to snipe with this gun. Not really, but you do have the pen, especially for the gold shell. You don't have the camo or the top speed to running around like an actual medium tank. So it's a super patent, and I will rate it like a 6.5, maybe a 6. If it has a very strong commander cupola, I will give it a 7. If it has a better commander cupola with better gun performance in terms of the accuracy or aim time, I'll give it like a 7.5 or so. But yeah, the downside is top speed, the commander cupola, the accuracy, the aim time, the camo, the traverse, if you're going to take that into effect. But the gun punches well and decently hard enough, so yeah, 6.5 out of 10. Well, there you go, folks. Fairly modern of an M project. Modified 𝘗47 practically. The engine in the back, the turret in the back. It looks like a space armor package for the turret front and the hull front with additional side skirts. So practically 𝘗47 that got beefed up. But we already have a patent as a premium tank at tier 8. So buff this vehicle, please. Oh, that's all you have to do. Buff this thing. Buff this thing too. This thing is underperforming. Or put it at tier 7. It'll be good at tier 7, right? But you already saw with that page. There's like 7 or 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 8. 8 of those. This could be a light tank. Close enough. Autoloader, and 2 autoloaders, which are not bad. Regular single shot. This is like the original plan for the T69's hull with bulldog-ish of a turret front. So that's a T42 practically, and these are just whatever. Super patent, 6.5 out of 10. But we have to see the actual armor profile, so we'll wait for that. But thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll do the next one on the French light tank. that looks like a 𝘗𝘁 mixed with a car-esque of a mobility. Super toxic, maybe. It has a burst fire mode, so stick around for that video. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace.